You can find and catch a whole lot of unique and amazing deviations in Once Human. Unfortunately though, some of the most important ones cannot be found on your specific server, so GG if you're trying to get your hands on a Buzzy Bee on PvP or a Dr. Teddy on PvE servers. Well guys, there are a couple pretty neat tricks which you can use to actually pull this off. So it's your man 4am back with a new in-depth Once Human guide in which I'm going to show you how you can get server lock deviations from one to another. So you can basically have all the different deviations in the game on your favorite character or server. So without further ado, let's get down to business. I quickly want to say a massive thanks to every single one of you guys for recently joining the channel and also sharing your amazing positive feedback on my previous videos. If you have more questions, video suggestions, they are always very welcome in the comments. And of course, if you enjoy the content, a like would be very much appreciated. I also want to say that this is not an instant method of getting all the deviants in no time. It's gonna require some dedication and hard work. You're gonna have to put some hours into this preparation, let's say. Let's first check out a list that contains every single one of them for both specific PvE and PvP servers. I want to quickly thank Mulma for making this post on Reddit. I'm going to share a link to it in the description down below. Anyways, as you can see right here, we have a list with all the different ones you can come across. To the left, we have the PvE exclusives, while to the right, we have the PvP ones. So that basically means on both servers, you can come across the Butterfly's Misery, Festering Gel, the Eel, the Frog, Disco Ball, etc. While exclusively on PvE, you will find the Buzzy Bee, the Enchanting Void, By the Wind, Atomic Snail, and the Snow Globe. Especially the Buzzy Bee is heavily sought after on my PvP server, which we're gonna cover today, while on PvP exclusives you can find, for example, the Pup Buddy and Mr. Wish. Many people look forward to finding the Dr. Teddy, Masonic Pyramid, and also the Upper World Spawn. So if you're playing on either a PvE or PvP server, well, you simply won't be able to find these highlighted deviations. But worry not, this is where I come in. So let's first start off with some preparation. Now, the first question you want to ask yourself is on which character do you want to have all these deviations? Do you want to farm them for your main character that you already have on a different server? Or do you want to simply start fresh and have all the different deviations on a new one? The answer is pretty simple. All you want to do is check out the list with all the scenarios and decide if you want to go for either PvE or PvP. Focus, of course, on the server in which you will find most of the deviations you want to farm for. Novice and Regular is PvE or player versus environment, and Evolution Skull Novice and Regular is player versus player. However, if you want to farm server-locked specific deviations for an already existing account or server, things are a little bit more tricky. Still though, in my case, for example, I have a level 50 PvP character on X0003. That simply means I should make a new character on a PvE server, while if you're playing on a high-level PvE character, of course you want to do the opposite, create one on a PvP server. So in my case, we're gonna have to search for one PvE. This is where things become pretty interesting. So if we check out the novice servers, you can see that these have been going on for a couple days. If we go further into the tabs, this will, for example, already on day 18. Then we have one on day 33. But I like to just go very far to almost the end, basically, where we can find servers that have actually already passed the end. Servers that have been going on for more than 50 days simply cannot be joined because they have already gone through all their phases. There is nothing left to do really. So what you want to do in this case is search for a server with 48 or 49, because then it's still gonna have 1 or 2 more days of activities, let's say, while really most people already left and checked out a new one, because after the season has ended, basically, well, you simply move on to the new one. That is how progression in Once Human works. So this morning I joined the PvE server 00083, which has been going on for 49 days. So there's really not much left to do, but that is exactly what we need for this farm. So we created our character. For new players, this is awesome. I mean, you can just simply start the game, while for returning players, you're probably thinking like, oh boy. But guys, don't you worry, the tutorial will only take like 5 minutes if you've already done it before. Now, what is important is that you quickly tap and press escape, as in this case, you can see that we are on phase 6, A New Dawn, which means we can sign up for a new server. And if you sign up for a new server, that means you can instantly go to that one, basically leave this one. And that is exactly the plan right here, as we want to leave this server the very moment we secure the deviation we're after. We do have a time limit in terms of preparation right here. Still though, this is only going to take a couple hours, depending on the type and amount of deviations you want to secure in the process. The nice thing is that most people already left the server, so you're probably farming alone in this entire universe. But once you've completed the tutorial, the fun can begin, as this will, well, bring you to the real world of Once Human, and you can start farming for the deviations you're after. The first thing I definitely recommend you to do is pick up the teleportation tower in Deadsville, which is the starter town of the game. All you have to do is interact with the teleportation tower, and after that you can start farming for all the deviations you want to have. To make your life so much easier and farm for specific deviations, I'm going to share a link with you guys which gives you access to a map with pretty much everything there is to find in the game. This one can be awesome to target farm specific deviations. If I type in Buzzy, well, this will give us a location of all the different Buzzy Bees on the world. This one can be acquired near the grapevines, this one along the grapevines. We've got one right here in the fields, so sometimes you even have screenshots next to them, while this is the one we're going to focus on right now. Dr. Teddy, for example, exclusively found on PvP servers. This is where you can catch him. But yes, the list goes on, so just type in whatever you need and you will get all the answers. So specifically for the Buzzy Bee, the first thing I wanted to do is mark its location on the map and make my way straight to it after picking up the teleportation tower's checkpoint. While you're making your way to it, or any other deviation you want to farm for really, I definitely recommend you to complete your starter quests. More about that in a second, but check it out. We just found the Buzzy Bee's location, and as you can see, this one right here only comes with a 4.9 securement chance. So this is why you want to have a slightly higher level and better gear, so securing chances will be much higher. Only 100 meters to the south, we also have a teleportation tower, which I'm going to pick up quickly, as this will make quick travel to this specific location and the starter town a whole lot easier. Then we're gonna set up camp and make our way through the progression with all the basic quests. Let's say we're gonna have to gather some logs and coal and smelt our first ingots, make a disassembly bench, etc, etc. One of the most important reasons why you want to make progression with your character is because this will make securing deviations in general a whole lot easier, especially with higher level gear. Specifically, the gloves on your character come with a special bonus. Deviation capture, which basically increases your chances of catching level 1 deviations. But if you craft a tier 2 variant of these exact same gloves, required level 10, this will give you a higher chance of catching those level 2 deviations and below. So the higher your character's level, the better the gear, specifically the gloves. This will make everything a whole lot easier. Anyways, for showcase purposes, we're just gonna quickly speedrun our way to level 10, which means we can equip those tier 2 gloves, which will dramatically increase our capturing chances for these deviations. And as you can see, the funny thing is we are literally alone on this server. The Buzzy Bee is still flying there. It took me about 30 to 45 minutes to make this progression. After just 2 tries, we got our hands on the first Buzzy Bee, which comes with a pretty nice skill rating of 2 and activity rating of 3. After a couple more server hops, I managed to catch 2 more Buzzy Bees, 2 of level 3 and another one of level 2. So that's already 5 in total. So now that we've captured a nice amount of deviations, what we can do is prepare ourselves for the journey to our next server, as we already talked about the fact that this server is basically preparing for its end, so you can sign up for a new one and start your adventures right there. Guys, before you leave your server, I can't stress this out enough. You, of course, want to farm as many of the deviants you are after, especially if you're going to transfer them to a server or world where people simply can't find them. If you're going from PvE to PvP, again, these Buzzy Bees, for example, can't be found right there. So if you have a lot of them, these can be traded for an insane amount of energy links or, of course, for other deviations. So just pick up as many as you can, especially higher level ones, because these are going to become extremely valuable on said server. Anyways, once you're ready for the server transfer, you're going to press escape and sign up for the new one. This is where you can choose for whatever server you want to have. Specifically, I want to go for a PvP server. Ideally, of course, this is going to be the one where your main character already resides. It can be a problem, though, to join this one because sometimes they already ran out of invitation codes. Let me quickly explain you how this works. So if we press escape and go to the top right of the screen, press profile, well, this is where you'll be able to find those special invitation codes. You can send these to different accounts, and if they use those, well, they will get an auto quick pass basically to the server you are already on. So then it's going to be a whole lot easier to invite your alts to the same server so you can basically make that trading happen. While it's important that you synchronize this progression. So say that the server's phase of your main character is about to end. It's going to take like 1 or 2 more days before you can sign up. I think that would be the perfect moment, that final week, to make this alt character and start farming deviations of another server type. So when you're about to go to a new PvP server with your PvP character, let's say, make that PvE character do the farming, and when your main character can't basically sign up for the new server, you want to do exactly the same with that character that has all the deviations ready in its bank or account, let's say. Anyways, back to the first character, you can see the top right of the screen right here, you also have an invitation menu. So if you click on that, you can accept invitations and instantly transfer to, for example, the server of your main. But let's just sign up for this random PvP server. So right now, what's going to happen is we're going to leave the first one only like an hour after we've joined it, which instantly brings us to a fresh world, which has been going on for only a couple days. Now, people in this world specifically can't find Buzzy Bees, while I still have those in my Eternal End backpack. Right now in my inventory, you can see that we only have some basic supplies, ammo, snacks and whatnot, including the basic butterflies emissary from the previous tutorial, always in your backpack. If we click on the space-time backpack, well, this is where we can find all the supplies which we had on our previous server, including all the resources and of course the Buzzy Bees we farmed during our adventure. Now though, if we press transfer to season backpack, what we can do is specifically right-click these and it will cost some currency to transfer it to the new season or world. So GG, now you have your PvE specific deviation on the PvP world. A precious deviation nobody else can find right here. Something you'll be able to sell or trade, whatever. But very important guys, you won't be able to instantly trade this specific deviation with other players after you've basically transferred it from a previous world. Right here you can see that it's unlinking in 5 days and 23 hours or 6 days. So we're gonna have to wait a couple days before we can finally trade it, let's say, to our main character or sell it, trade it to another person. Alright guys, that's everything you want to know about getting your hands on all the different deviations in the game for both PvE and PvP specific servers. If you enjoyed the content, a like would be very much appreciated, and of course also share your thoughts about it in the comments down below. If you have more tips or tricks for the community to get your hands on all the deviations in the game, let us know in the comments down below. Right now though, it's 4 AM out. I want to wish you an amazing day. I'll check you in the next video or live stream. Peace.